Yeah, buddy. Alright. Okay. Let me do this. Let's get this copy of the video. Bang. Share this bitch out. Let's see who's up in this motherfucker. This is a good discussion. Got Silver Eye, Quavos, Ed, Austin Collins. There's my man Brandon Ace. This is a good discussion. I want to get more people in on this discussion. I love stuff like this. Now, Screw! What the hell? Screw! It's fucking fantastic. What a name. I love it. Alright, he said, my hatred for the flippy guys is real. That's fucking great, Brandon. I fucking love you, buddy. He said, I love it. Alright, no, it's not that I hate them. It's not that I hate them. Alright, now, here's the thing. A lot of younger guys don't understand about wrestling. Okay? This is what guys need to understand about wrestling. Do not ever again compare Shelton Benjamin to Lio Rush. Don't ever do that again. Never, ever again. No. I see what you're saying, no. I might have misread that, so that's on me. But here's what I'm getting at. There is a difference between a wrestler and what I call the ballerina. Okay? There's a difference between a wrestler and an entertainer. Now, I'm old school. You guys got to remember one thing. I'll be 42. Oh, my God. I'll be 42 next month. And because of that, I grew up watching wrestling in the late 70s, 80s, 90s, when wrestling was wrestling. Okay? Some of these, as Brandon called them, flippy guys, can do a quadruple somersault, flippy flop, dippity dop off the top rope, but will get lost throwing on a headlock. Okay? That does not make them a wrestler. It makes them an entertainer. There's nothing wrong with being an entertainer if it's what's going to make you get paid. More power to them. I don't like when people say so-and-so's a good wrestler. Lio Rush is not a wrestler. He's an entertainer. That flippity-floppity bullshit is not wrestling. That's ballerina moves. There's a major difference. Okay? That's what I'm trying to tell people. People don't seem to understand that. Okay? Major difference. And if you, and I'm going to say this now, and I don't care who hears it and who disagrees. If you think flipping and flopping and back flipping and cartwheeling and sticking your own foot up your ass is wrestling, you're an idiot. That's called entertaining. Okay? That's just entertaining. They're entertaining the fans. They're doing what they need to do to make a paycheck. They're doing what they need to do to get over with the fans. And that's cool. That's great. No, that's not what a high spot is, brother. Stop it. It's called a flippy move. It's not a high spot. Sheesh. Oh, man. This guy's cracking me up. Now, here's what I'll say. A flippy-floppy move is not a high spot. A high spot is taking like a major fall to the mat or to the ground. You know, like a big bump. Another term they like to use for it is phantom bump. You can do that just by taking a suplex. A simple wrestling move. When you do the flippy-floppy shit, it's more like crash and burn. Doing the flips and stuff are fine, Brandon. Like take Vader. Vader would do a moonsault off the top rope. He did a move off the top rope that would use his size to make an impact. I'm sorry, but if you weigh 170 pounds and you flip in the air and land on me, it's not going to hurt me. If you weigh 350 pounds and you do a fucking moonsault and land on me, breathe. There's a big difference. That's why one of my favorite wrestlers ever is Sting. But Sting had one of the dumbest fucking moves in history, and it was the Stinger Splash. Excuse me, Sting, you weigh 240 pounds. You're not going to crush a guy in the corner. But when King Kong Bundy did the same fucking move, you thought you were dead. It's just the way it works. Brock attempted a backflip. Brock attempted that damn backflip. I mean, yes, now that can be considered a high spot, Callum, yes. Because that's fucking stupidly crazy. That's that big, crazy bump like the fuck. A high spot is even when Finn Balor took the power bomb on the top of the ladder. That was fucking crazy, by the way. He's fucking nuts. More power to him, though. He's crazy. Now, if you can take these guys who can do this entertaining ballerina bullshit and teach them how to do a headlock, teach them ring psychology on how to actually be a true professional wrestler, and they incorporate that, them motherfuckers is going to be in business. But it's the younger fan who's been deprived of what wrestling is. And I apologize to you guys for being deprived of this. That's just the way it is. I hate to say it. What the fuck? Brandon AIDS? What are you talking about? Oh my god. Anyway, but like I said, you guys didn't get to grow up with real, true professional wrestling. Like, a lot of people can call me biased all they want. I still think the greatest wrestler ever. And when I say wrestler, I don't talk about just in the ring. That was a big mistype, Brandon. I'm not talking about just in the ring. I'm talking in the ring, on the mic, backstage, holding a match, the psychology, being able to work as a face, being able to work as a heel. The whole 9 yards is Randy Savage. Randy Savage would jump off the top rope with an elbow. Randy Savage would jump off the top rope with a fucking axe handle. Okay, back when Randy Savage did those moves, that was called flippy moves. It really was. But Randy Savage could wrestle a small guy like Ricky Steamboat and put on a great match. He could wrestle a guy like Andre the Giant the very next day and put on equally a good match. Because he could do the weird, crazy, flippy floppy stuff, as people like to call it back then. But he could wrestle. I wish guys today could do that. I wish guys today could make those things happen. I'm sorry, but if you sit me down right now and say, hey, here's a Leo Rush match, here's a Ricochet match, here's a Chris Jericho match, I will watch Chris Jericho's match before the other two combined. Period. I want to see a wrestling match. It's called wrestling. These guys are pure, natural, gifted athletes who use their athletic ability to make the fans go, oh my god, that's crazy. I'll admit it, I do the same thing when I see some of the crazy shit they do. But that doesn't make them a good wrestler. You guys gotta understand that. Doesn't make them a wrestler. It makes them a fucking crazy psychopath that gets over with you nuts. And that's cool, as long as you're entertained, that's all that matters. I get it. But he's not a wrestler. That's like me going out front and watching the neighbor kid throw the football 70 yards. I'm like, oh my god, you're an amazing NFL quarterback. Just because he can throw the ball well doesn't make him an NFL quarterback. So just because you can do a flippy, toppy, pippity pop pop fucking triple cartwheel super duper looper move off the top rope doesn't make you a good wrestler. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. So I just had to throw that out there, and I like all the communication you guys are doing in the chat, dropping your opinions, dropping your thoughts. That's cool. And anybody who listens to this, whether you're a part of the SLS network or you catch this randomly on another place somewhere, leave an honest comment. You know, that's the one thing about sports or just life in general. We all have differences of opinion. Can you imagine if we all liked the same football team, baseball team, wrestlers, same food, colors? Life would be fucking boring. This is what creates debates, and this is what creates the ability to sit there and have honest discussions about, hey, and I like it. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I'll be honest, Brandon, I haven't watched enough Will Ospreay to give him a fair opinion yet. And I don't want I don't want to say yes or no on him until I really honestly watch him enough to give him a fair assessment. You know, that's like me saying, like, right now, my favorite tag team ever is the Midnight Express. The Midnight Express today would be boring to you guys. The Midnight Express today would never get over. The Midnight Express, even in their heyday, needed Jim Cornette to put them to the next level. They had good ring psychology. They had great chemistry in the ring, no matter what version it was. My personal favorites was Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane. But my point is, that's the kind of tag team that's not really going to get over with a lot of people. Okay? It's not really going to get over. But, feck, really? 3 Live Crew, you fucking kidding me right now? Wow. You might as well ask me what I think about the fucking Googly Googer at this point. But my thing is, you take them and you put them in today's world, they're not going to get over. But back then, they were the shit. Back then, they were the best. Back then, they were amazing. They should honestly be in the fucking Hall of Fame, and it's fucking disgusting that they're not. The Rock and Roll Express is never the Rock and Roll Express the way they are seen without the Midnight Express, and that goes back and forth. That's a vice versa thing. They made each other. And there's a couple other tag teams you can throw in there who are still recognized today because of that whole thing. But my point is, times change, things change. Maybe I'm too old school for this new school shit, and that's me. But that still doesn't change the fact of what is and isn't a wrestler, and what is and isn't a fucking ballerina. It's just the way I look at it. And ballerina, we can also call that an entertainer. They're all entertainers, but like I said, wow, vanilla midgets. Okay. Is that like chocolate giants too? I don't know. But you guys feel free to debate. You guys can feel free to say the things you want to say. And I'm also going to let you guys know I am going to be eventually going live here. I'm hoping here shortly, because I've got breaking news that I've got to announce. I have no idea what I'm doing. As far as AWF goes, breaking news for AWF. But yeah, so feel free to debate. Keep up the debate on the Skype. That's cool. I just had to do a live video with it because it was awesome. It's what we need. It's what we need. Speaking of send updates and this, that, and the other when it comes to community creations, has anyone had any issues on the community creations when it comes to the more recent uploads? Because I can't get the recent uploads to load. Somebody uploaded a character for me, and I can't get it. It's just, yeah. You've had the same problem? Alright, so it's not me? Alright, cool. I have a guy I'm supposed to download. I haven't been able to get my hands on him, so I'll just have to see what the problem is. I'm not the only one. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, if you go like this, most recent, there it is. It just, it's just, there it goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it won't load. And it won't load, and it won't load. So, and if I go and click on somebody watch, look, preview, nothing's there. And you can get this on anything. Preview, nothing's there. Go to the next page, look, preview, nothing's there. It's out of mind. So, like I said, I'll figure it out. Japan is on hot fire, but there's another thing you gotta understand, Brandon. If you watch New Japan, they do the flippity shit, but they also wrestle. Because in Japan, wrestling is a tradition. In Japan, wrestling is still honored. In Japan, they still treat wrestling like it's quote-unquote royalty, if you will. In this country, it's a fucking joke. And that's the sad part. So this is how I look at it. But anyway, it's cool to like both styles. Like I said, Callum, it don't matter what style you like. It don't matter what you're into more. As long as you're entertained by it, that's cool. I just don't like when people say ballerina wrestlers are wrestlers. They're ballerina entertainers. Which again, there's nothing wrong with that. And they're making their money. They're getting over with some of you guys, and that's all that matters. But to refer to them as a wrestler fucking irritates me. And like I said, maybe I'm being biased. Simply because I like real, true, pure professional wrestling. You know? But like I said, some of those high spots, as Callum like to call it, and that wild shit, they get me on the edge of my seat sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm like, oh shit. But it's still not wrestling to me. That's called fucking get me out of my seat chilling. And I enjoy it. And this bitch on my screen's fucking worthless. And I don't fucking... What the fuck? Let's see. Nope. Nope. Wow. Okay, there's the goat. One of them. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. Anyway, I want to wrap this up. Stay tuned. Like I said, I'm going to go live here, hopefully in about 5 minutes with some breaking news. Not that you care, but I'm going to take a piss, grab a drink. I'm going to be live with some AWF news so you guys know what's coming. Stay tuned, because like I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. It's like a Ric Flair match. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all. So, alright, y'all. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes.